The next
Thank
author
you,
we
Ed.
have is Sharla Frost. Sharla, are you ready? And Michelle, you can come up in too if you'd like, or
I
not.
am ready.
Hi, Sharla. How are you?
Here. I'm good.
All
Hold
right.
on.
Go ahead and
Look
put
how
your screen
look
on.
at I started my video. There
There
we
you
go.
go.
Hi guys.
Yes. And let moderator, if you can bring Sharla into the conversation, if that's possible, or do I need to modify my screen? There we go.
Yeah.
So Sharla, we
Oh, you
met
look
you.
lovely in green. The
Get my
frog book.
frog green. Yes.
Well, I wore my authors are people too, because I really do think that you're a person, by the way.
Good.
So we met at Craig Duswalt's Rock Your Life. I was considering wearing that for a portion of the day, but I'm only a host for 1 hour. So we're excited to have authors like you that really bring authorship to a very fun level. And people are going to see why we selected you. The masterminds that Craig Duswalt, he brings together some of the coolest authors and speakers, doesn't he?
He does. It's a really interesting community.
Well, we are going to give you the 9 minutes of fame that you so well deserve to get you out there more and have fun.
All right. Good morning, everybody. I'm Sharla Frost. I come to you today from Frogville, Oklahoma. I am an author, speaker, retired, semi-retired lawyer. And what I do is I do some training for lawyers. And because lawyers aren't really that exciting for most people, I also write children's books. I was an English major in college, and I've always loved fairy tales and children's books. During the pandemic, I decided that I would become an author. I had always thought that I could. And I began to write. And I started writing books that I thought would be useful, and they're upbeat. I find that most children's literature these days is very downbeat. And that's very different than when I was growing up a million years ago here in Frogville. I tell people that I am a fourth generation Frogvillian on one side and a fifth generation on the other. My family has been in this area for a very long time. But the Frogville in my books is not the Frogville where I grew up. Frogville in the Frogville series is a beautiful little village that has been cursed by a wizard because people weren't very nice. And that's the first learning item for the children who are reading the books and a reminder for the adults who are reading the books. But my sixth book, and I'm not sure how well you can see the title, but it's Frogville Quest for the Magic Beans, is a combination inspired by the Alice in Wonderland stories from Lewis Carroll, combined with the classic fables of Jack. And I didn't realize until I started doing research that Jack and the Beanstalk and Jack and everything else go back almost 1,000 years. So this is an updated version of Jack and the Beanstalk. But in my stories, Lily Pad Lotus Dillweed, who is the main character, is a very strong, very dynamic young woman. And when she was 13, she turned into a frog. All the boys in Frogville turn into a frog when they're 13, but because Lily and her twin brother were twins, and Lily was a minute older. Lily, surprisingly enough, turned into a frog and had to go on a quest to turn back into a girl. So, as the stories have progressed, Lily has turned back into a girl. She's faced a variety of adventures and issues, and she is continuing to grow. So, in this particular installment, Lily is on her own. She woke up, she had fallen down a rabbit hole, and she finds herself in Under-Earth. So she's alone. She doesn't know anyone. She doesn't know where she is. But she has optimism and she has a tremendous amount of oomph about her. And so it's important that women have some role models. In my books, Lily is not a victim. She does turn into a frog, but life happens. And I think all 13-year-old girls turn into a frog for at least a while. So her experience is not that different in that way. but it does teach that you can overcome that and you will transition past it. I was on a call with the wonderful Joseph McClendon earlier this week, and he made the comment that his mother always said that his mantra should be, and this too shall pass. And in some ways, that's what this book series is about. It is teaching children and adults that things happen, but you live through them and you move on. So that's sort of the crux of the stories. They've been great fun to write. I've also written some business books. Those aren't nearly as much fun. But as I tell people, no one remembers a woman lawyer after she's gone, but everyone remembers children's books and children's stories. And these are books. They're not picture books. They're not baby stories. They are designed for 7 and up, and they can be read on a variety of different levels. Children like them, adults like them. One of my most devoted readers is in her 80s, and she is fussing at me because number 7 isn't finished yet. Number 7 will be the final story in the group. The children get to go home at the end of 7, so lucky number 7. But in terms of books to read and things to do, these are great books for children. They have good vocabulary. They're not easy vocabulary. One of my friends told me that my books were far too difficult on vocabulary for small children. And I laughed at him and told him that that wasn't true for all children. And in fact, I did a presentation for some second graders who not only had read the books, but they had great ideas for me on what to put in the books that were coming up. So these are meant to spark creativity and have fun. And I had fun writing them. So I think you should have fun reading them. All of them are available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble and all of the usual outlets for books. You can get hard copies. The Kindle version is on sale for 99 cents for now, and it is well worth your time, and I hope you will read it and enjoy it and do a review. But I thought that in addition to Quest for the Magic Beans, which is not showing there we go. Now you can see it. Quest for the Magic Beans.
Just put it right in
There
front of
she
your
is.
face.
Yep. There's Lily and the Beanstalk. All of the other books are similar in size and similar in dimensions. So they are available. You should pick them up. I think after you read one, you'll want to read all the rest of them. They are fun, and I think you'll love my characters because there's Lily, her brother Crocus Dandelion Dillweed, their friend Burrhead, her best friend Cassie that she has to go and rescue because she's been turned into a stone. There are dragons. There are bad people. There are good people, but they are all exciting. And then when you get finished with all of that and you're ready to do something that's work related, you can always pick up my book, Power at the Table, which is the Women Lawyer's Guide to Gaining Clients and Control. I will be publishing 2 different updated versions of that later this year. One that is non-gender specific, even though some of my best readers for that book have been men. We're doing a non-gender specific one, so nobody has to feel bad about carrying around the girls' version if they're a boy. And then I will be doing a jointly authored one at the end of the year with Craig Duswalt. He and I are going to do one that focuses on entrepreneurs and rock stars, but uses the basic concept. So that is a 12-step approach to gaining control. And once you finish that book, you have your own template, your own outline, and a step forward on how to gain control of your life. And that's true whether you're a lawyer or you're anyone else. One of my best readers is a 90-year-old electrician who told me he wished he'd had that book when he was 19 instead of 90. So pick up a copy of that one while you're at it. It too is available on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and the usual locations for books.
Fantastic. Yeah, when you said about, the language that you have is too high for children. Oh no. That was one
No,
of the best things I loved. I used to, ooh, I wonder what that word is. And I'd look it up. It expanded
exactly.
us. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the goal. A book should not only entertain you, it should teach you something. And I feel like if I have a day where I haven't learned something, it's a wasted day. And this is a lovely format. Dr. Michelle and Dr. Smiley, I really appreciate you putting this together and certainly appreciate you letting me come and talk about my project because I love my children's project. It's been a lot of fun.
It
Yes,
is a
you
great.
light up every time you talk about it. I mean,
Yeah.
when we first met you out there in Houston, you're like, oh, and it was lawyer mode, talk about the book, light up mode. So it's like, oh yeah, she found her passion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Charlotte, I almost want to be a frog.
Well, you could go on a quest, you'll get some training, you'll learn how to fight, you'll get to do all sorts of fun stuff. And then in order to get home, you have to deal with those nasty adults who do things like change the rules of the game at the last minute. So you don't get to go home unless you go and conquer the dragon and steal back some stuff. So, yeah, they're
Well,
fun.
you look wonderful, and thank you for being part of the Author-a-thon. If you will go to the live on my Facebook and put the links for your different books and
Oh,
share.
I actually put it on the YouTube. I put
Yeah,
it on YouTube, but I didn't put your serious book on there. So go to the YouTube and make sure you put it there too.
I will do that. And thanks again for inviting me.
You're
This
welcome.
is a wonderful format, and I really appreciate it.